You know what I love? Marketing informational products. How about you? Hey there, Enterprisers, what's good? It's Jason Ligo here again, and in this video I want to talk to you about why I love marketing info products. That's right, we're talking about digital marketing and info marketing products, why I love to market them specifically. Let's get right into it, okay? When it comes to building your business, it all comes down to marketing a product or a service and gaining a profit in that transaction. That really is what it all comes down to, okay? Now with that said, what are you marketing? And there's a lot of debate, a lot of discussion, a lot of good discussion, by the way, as to what it is that you should be marketing or selling, whether it's a physical product or a digital or informational product. And my answer is always the same. You know, you want to go ahead and market what you can sell, what you can do the most, and what you can sustain, right? But when it comes to, if I have to pick one I actually like more, because I do both, but if I had to pick one, it definitely is going to be digital products or informational products. And I want to tell you exactly why here in this video. Let's get started. Number one, little to no cost. Little to no cost, all right? It all comes down to the bottom line. And a good indicator of the bottom line is what does it take, what is the cost in order to generate the item that you're looking to resell for a profit, for a markup. You know, that's the discussion we're having here. And so when it comes to physical versus digital, there almost is no competition. Think about it this way. If you ever bought any item, any type of widget, any item whatsoever, all right? It could be a book, it could be a toy, it could be a tire, it could be any physical product, all right? You have to think about all the costs that are associated in order to create and generate that product. Things like material, things like airfare, you know, travel, right? You got to think about shipping, like especially if you're sourcing these materials in other parts of the country, all right? You know, the plastic for it, the enamels that coat it, the colors of the paint. I mean, all of these have costs, right? Especially for hard items. And obviously the more rare and more valuable the makeup of the item, then the more expensive it's going to be, all right? This is why jewelry costs a whole lot more than wooden sets, wooden play sets, right? However, when you look at informational products, you know, specifically informational digital products, there almost is little to no cost. And I mean very, very little. It's a digital product. So if you think about what it takes to generate it, it really is just what it takes to generate it. And that usually is the recording or the filming of said product, right? There's no hardcore material that you'll have to source in order to make it. A lot of the times it's someone speaking into a camera, much like I'm doing now, or creating a slideshow of some sort, but you're not physically having to source materials and products to put it together. So informational products live in cyberspace, right? There's not a whole lot of cost there aside from whatever costs there are to store it and servers to put it on and things like that. But again, you compare that with materials like plastic, like wood, like metal, like jewelry, you know, things like that, like precious metals. There is no comparison. So little to no cost is a great reason as to why I love informational products. Number two, ease of deliverability. That's right, ease of deliverability. I made mention earlier about shipping costs and freight costs and things like that, and this kind of builds off of that, right? But essentially you have to think about what it takes to deliver the product, because once a customer buys your product or buys your service, now you have to deliver it to them, right? And if you think about some of the items that we talked about earlier, physical items of any sorts, toys, machinery, you know, any item like that, you know, when it comes to shipping the product and delivering it to somebody, I mean, first of all, there's processing, right? But then the cost of shipping itself, when you think about fuel and air and things like this, it takes time. And it also costs money in order to do that, right? With a digital product or an informational product, it really can be as simple as someone logging into their email or logging into a portal and plugging in a pair of credentials, a password, and an email address, a user ID, and bam, all of a sudden downloadability is given to you, accessibility is given to you, and you now have the product that you've paid for. And if you think about the time of delivery, it's very, very quick, as opposed to waiting 5, 10, 11 business days for something to come in the mail. This now is available to you almost instantaneously. And that right there is huge. So ease of deliverability, major reason. Number three, and finally, and probably the most important reason, is high profit margin. Okay, high profit margin. Again, it comes down to the bottom line, right? Because there's so little cost involved in generating and creating these products, then basically whatever you sell it for is that much you have to gain in profit. And if you think about what it takes to create a physical product versus digital, again, there's no comparison. Consider this: if you wanted to create and resell a product that is, let's say, a physical product of some sort, let's call it a wooden toy, all right? So you got to source the wood, you got to source the, pay for the labor of putting it together or crafting it, painting painting it, decorating it to match whatever branding you like. You have to package it, and then you have to resell it. Now let's say that someone likes that particular item. If they want to purchase it again, if you want to market another product, then guess what you have to do? You have to go through the exact same entire process of creating it and incur all of the very same costs. Now, obviously, the more that you buy in bulk, then the more you can save money, but you still have to front the cost, right? When you consider what it looks like with an informational product, the only time you're generating that upfront cost is when you're generating the initial product. In other words, the initial filming or the initial creation of the digital product. Now it lives on your server, and so you just pay for the maintenance of the server or the storage space, and you don't have to recreate and re-incur those costs that it took to create it. Hopefully that's making sense. Once I make a video, once my video course is out there, it's out there. I don't have to redo it all over again, but I can resell it to as many willing people to pay for it as there is in the world, right? That's not the way that it works with physical products. So the profit margin is entirely massive for that one particular point, right? And hopefully that is making sense to you. Now, hopefully this is something that has been helpful to you and caused you to rethink what you should be selling in your personal business in order to see profits these days and to do very, very well for yourself. Everyone I know wants to start a business. That's kind of why I started this channel. I'm here to help you in doing so. So hopefully these will be helpful to you. Now, if you're thinking, what is the easiest way to get started selling informational products? You might be thinking, do I have to create it? Do I have to take the time in filming and all these cool things? The beauty about it is that you don't even need to do that. You can get started with an amazing process that's called affiliate marketing. And a lot of people I know are crushing it in their own online businesses, forming very, very profitable online businesses every single day with this concept of affiliate marketing. And it's something that I specialize in. It's something that I recommend that all of my clients and students get started with immediately because it's so easy. And all you're doing is reselling digital products that are created by other people. So you don't even need to incur all of those creation costs. You literally can just market what already exists to hungry buyers, and you get to profit in the middle. Now, if you're looking for a way to get started in doing that, I recommend that you check out my free gift to you. It's in the link in the description below. It's called the Digital Freedom Shortcut. It's my personal ebook, and it shows you exactly what I did, this particular method that we're talking about right now, in order to leave my six-figure finance career to living the ultimate laptop lifestyle like I'm doing right now. And I couldn't be more excited to share it with you, so please take advantage of that, and I hope that you really enjoy it. On top of that, if you really got value out of this video, give me a like, give me a comment, give me a share, but most importantly, subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell. That way you don't miss out on any more hot new content that I got coming down the pipe just for you. This is Jason Ligo with Always Enterprise. I'll see you next time. Take care.